Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder core builder figure, Ravager Thor. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I remember you can now hit that join button. Become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we are taking a look at the Thor Love and Thunder Korg builder figure, Ravager Thor. Now, with the movie fast approaching, about a month away now, let's start opening up these figures and building that excitement. And I thought, what better way to start than with Thor himself. And the last time we seen Thor was at the end of Endgame. He got on the ship with the Guardians of the Galaxy and joked about calling them the Asgardians of the Galaxy. And now we actually have a Ravager-style Thor in the collection. Completely pinless, it seems, as well, which is great. And they get the likeness of Chris Hemsworth spot on. So he looks great in the packaging. He comes with a Build-A-Figure piece and Stormbreaker. We get him there on the side of the box. We get a broken Mjolnir up top as well. We spin it around. We get a different image of Ravager Thor wielding Stormbreaker, as well as a write-up that reads, Ravager Thor. Thor wields the mighty Stormbreaker against the terrifying new Thor. And then, as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the core Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Ravager Thor. So this is the first of two Thors in this collection, but as I said, this is the one I'm more intrigued about. So let's get them open. So here we have Thor out of the packaging, and as I mentioned, his only accessory is Stormbreaker and a Build-A-Figure piece for Korg. So you know what to do, subscribe to the channel, as once I've opened all the figures in this wave, we will be building and reviewing Korg. Not today though. Today let's focus on this man and his hammer, or his axe in this case. And yeah, this is a very aesthetically pleasing figure. Look at this, completely pinless, double jointed elbows and knees, and especially because he's got like just skin on his sleeves, it does look a lot better. That looks really nice. He's got a jacket which is a separate piece as well, so if you wanted to, you could have Thor with just a tank top on. We got those new boots that we've seen in the trailer, some jeans, and yeah, a very nice Chris Hemsworth head. So as I said, first impressions, as I expected, really like this figure. Very aesthetically pleasing and accurate from what we've seen in the trailer, at least. Again, we've not seen the movie. We don't know how long we see this version of Thor. Hopefully it's longer than 5 minutes. But even still, from the trailer, this looks very nice. So let's take a closer look. So zooming in, hopefully my lights aren't too bright, because I think the likeness to Chris Hemsworth is spot on. Even in the eyes, it's weird. It feels like Chris is actually staring at me. I think this is really nice. This is digital face printing tech at its best. You can see the beard as well there, and the hair has got some nice details to it with some different tones of like dark brown and blonde. It's like a dirty blonde, if you will. That goes all the way around to sort of like a high ponytail at the back, sort of drapes over the jacket as well. And yeah, just dangles down to the side as well. But that likeness, people, like, again, hopefully my camera focuses, the light does it justice. But yeah, that is spot on. So bravo, no complaints from me here. And we'll be able to use this head on other figures, I assume, as well. Maybe on that other Thor that comes in this wave, we shall see. But taking a closer look at the rest of the figure, again, we don't really know what the design of this t-shirt is, or this tank top even. But that's there. You got the ab crunch there as well. And this jacket is a separate piece in those Ravager colours with that sort of maroon and the black. And it has got some sculpted details on it. But can we take that off? Let's try and do that, shall we? Let's try and take his jacket off. Let's try and undress Thor. Let's see if we can get some female viewers here. I'll just call this video Undressing Chris Hemsworth and see if I can get 1 million views. That'll work, right? Okay, so we take that off. Put that there. Put the head back on. Head isn't on a disc. It's on a dumbbell. Plug that back on, and there you go. Now we have a jacketless Thor, which looks pretty good, but the hair was obviously made for the jacket, so the hair sits a little bit high on the body. Obviously you can see it floating there because obviously the jacket isn't on, so obviously you probably don't want to pose it this way, but you can get it to work for some pictures if you wanted to. But there you go, and this gives you a great look at those pinless elbows, double jointed pinless elbows. That is beautiful, no complaints there. You've still got the bicep swivel, range at the shoulder as well, of course, all the way around, and then you've got got a hinge at the wrist as well. So yeah, only like one set of hands though. It would have been great to get a pair of fisted hands here, I'm not going to lie, but they've went for the gripping hands so we can hold his hammer, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, I do like the aesthetic look of this. Again, I know I keep saying that, but it just makes such a difference now. We're spoiled. Down here at the belt, you got a belt with like a buckle in the gold. And then we've just got these jeans all the way down to the pinless double knees, which work to a certain extent, but his boots are pretty thick. And then you've got those new boots, which obviously inspired from those early Thor comics with the wraps around there. And then down to the boots with ankle pivot and rocker, of course. Serial number on the feet, which is nice to see as well from Legends. But yeah, just... I know I'm going to keep saying this, like, aesthetically pleasing. It really, really is. Like, it looks like the man has been shrunk down to 6-inch scale, and he's now going to be standing in the collection. So, yeah, looking really good. But let's get the jacket back on. So the jacket back on, and now he's also holding Stormbreaker, of course, which is his only accessory. Obviously, with the jacket on, the hair sort of lays on the jacket a little bit better as well. And that tank top is sculpted on the body as well, which is a nice touch. And the ab crunch is really good, like, even with the jacket on, because the jacket's, like, not too long, it doesn't hinder that articulation. So getting him posed up, holding the hammer is very easy. And there you go. So the hammer is what we've seen before in Legends. It's a little bit flimsy here on the side. Let me take it off him. Sorry, mate. So yeah, it's a little bit like soft and flimsy. I feel like I might break that, unfortunately. So I might have to get some heat to that. But there you go. It's got some nice sculpted detail at the top. And then you've got groups wraps all the way around it with the sort of hammer one end and then the sort of axe the other end. And yeah, looks good. But no real detail. This is just sort of a brown plastic. Would have been nice to have a dark wash there to bring out the sculpt of the sort of tree branch. But yeah, obviously 2 gripping hands, as I've already mentioned, so he will hold it in either hand, no problem at all. Again, nitpick, but a set of fisted hands with this guy would have made a difference, as when he's standing neutral, I'd rather he didn't just have a C grip hand. But again, that's just me being a nitpicking. This is a great looking figure, undoubtedly. Let's get into some comparisons. Before we do, I should mention that the wrists have a side-to-side hinge rather than up and down, and because he's got an axe, I would have preferred up and down hinges. But again, that's me trying to find nitpicks with this figure. Now, when it comes to Thor in MCU figure form, we have a lot of incarnations. So let's try my best here to bring in a couple for comparisons. I'm not going to go through all our MCU Thors, but I have got a few in front of me. So for our first Thor comparison, I have basically my mind's eye of early MCU Thor, at least that look anyway. And we got this figure a couple of times in Marvel Legends, but with a few deco tweaks here and there. We also got multiple versions of this Gladiator Thor from Ragnarok. I think we got one without the helmet at least, but both definitely unique versions of Thor all the same. Unique versions of Thor is a theme that continues, as he has a lot of costume changes throughout the movies. Both of these figures are actually from Infinity War. This one with the eye patch, and then he got his fake eye and he's wearing his gear again when he landed on Wakanda. Again, 2 great versions. And as we all know, he sort of let himself go during Endgame after that defeat by Thanos. And this is the Lebowski bro Thor, the builder figure. And then we have the sort of final battle Thor here with that beautiful braided beard. And looking at these, it made me realise that in this new movie, he's clearly give his beard a bit of a trim there as well. And I thought I'd try one last shot, squeezing all these different versions of Thor on the table. And what's crazy is this isn't even all of our MCU Thors in Marvel Legends. This is just a select few. We have got multiple versions of some of these figures, but what is interesting about these figures I've chose is that they are different representations of his costume and look throughout the movies. So I'm asking you, which is your favourite look of Thor throughout the MCU? Is it one of these represented in plastic? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, we have to see Thor, well, Ravager Thor, compared to some members of Guardians of the Galaxy, or should I say, as Guardians of the Galaxy, as here we have Star-Lord and Groot from this very Korg build-figure wave. But if we add in some more members, now we can officially say these are the Asgardians of the Galaxy. And then here we have Ravager Thor compared to Jane Foster's Mighty Thor. And what do you think of the scale here? Do you reckon Jane's a little bit too short, or do you reckon that looks about right? Here we have Ravager Thor compared to Frogman and Tigra. And last but never least, here we have Ravager Thor compared to Captain Britain and Hal Fire Hank. So, final thoughts on this Ravager Thor. Now, of course, we haven't seen the movie yet, so we have no context, but we have seen the trailer, and it does look accurate to those brief moments we've seen in the trailer. Now we've just got to hope that he's wearing it for at least more than 5 minutes of the movie, and it justifies another Marvel Legend, because as you've already seen, we've got a lot of different Thors already in plastic, and at this point, I'm going to have to create a whole Thor MCU shelf for display, and Hasbro, I just don't have that real estate. So again, it is a great sort of execution of that look for Thor from the trailer all the same. I do like the double jointed pinless sort of look. It is so aesthetically pleasing, and I know it's boring, I say that 1,000 times, but it's because it is. It really is. And yeah, great Thor figure. It looks like a mini Chris Hemsworth for sure. The likeness is great. If I had to be nitpicky, then I'd say maybe fisted hands and maybe butterfly joints on this body, as you could have hid them behind the jacket, and it would really make a difference for sort of swinging axe poses for display and pictures for sure. But again, that's me being nitpicky. I do think this is a great looking figure. You let me know what you think in the comments below, of course. And if you want to see more reviews from this Thor wave and all the other Marvel Legends on the channel, check out the videos tab, find the playlist, but most importantly, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm on Twitter as well. Tweet me at Dan Who Reviews. And until then, people, my name is Dan W, and I will of course see you on the next one.